Quite a big game, isn't it? On Sunday in the Premier League at Anfield. Liverpool taking on at Manchester City. And, what a war of words we've seen between Alexander-Arnold and the Manchester City players. This is what Alexander-Arnold had to say in an interview. Looking back on this era, although City won more titles than us and have probably been more successful, our trophies will mean more to us and our fans because of the situations at both clubs financially. How both clubs have built their teams and the manner in which we've done it probably means more to our fans. Erling Haaland would respond saying, if he wants to say that, okay, I've been here 1 year and I won the treble. It was quite a nice feeling. I don't think he knows exactly this feeling. He can talk as much as he wants. Don't know why he does that, but I don't mind. Julien's here, as is Luis. Strong words.
It's a stupid thing to say.
From Trent.
From Trent. Whether you think it's true or not, you don't say anything to wind up an opponent that's coming up very shortly. And you certainly don't want to poke the bear if it's Manchester City. I mean, it's going to be tough enough to play against them without just an extra little bit of incentive. I mean, it's just dumb. It's a dumb move, particularly just before you're going to play them.
I mean, there's two pots of cash here.
Yeah.
One have just spent more than the other. You know, to give that some context, it's a bit like the Leicester City player saying, well, you've won the league once in the last 30 years and we won it in 2016, but we didn't spend as much as you did and we were a much better story. Which it was a great story. But look, at the end of the day, you know, we can talk about Man City and their spending and their 115 charges and all that. And look, that's for the Premier League and the governing bodies to sort out. Both have spent, and let's not forget, Virgil van Dijk was the most expensive defender in the world at the time, right? 75 million. Wouldn't get you an average midfielder now, but at the time it was the most expensive in the world. So they've both spent money. Mm-hmm. They are both great teams, and I don't know why he'd want to stoke this fire at this particular time. Because what both managers have done in different ways has been absolutely fantastic. There's no doubt that, you know, City have had the resources. Guardiola has coached the living daylights out of these players, and they play great stuff. Klopp's has been a much more difficult scenario coming from where they came from, you know. But they've both done amazing jobs, but they've both spent money. You can't say one of them's a great story and one's not a great story.
Of course, with it being a big game, who has been tasked by doing the dreaded combined 11?
It's got to be Jules.
No. It was given to Luis Garcia, who has looked at it and he's gone Ederson in goal, Walker, Diaz, Van Dijk, Robertson, Rodri, De Bruyne, Foden, Salah, Haaland and Diaz. Not a bad team.
Well, Robertson's been out a long time.
Right.
I think you could argue about the manager as well, probably.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And no Bernardo Silva?
Jules, you didn't have to do it this time. You don't get the abuse online.
Yeah, that's true. Luis can get all the abuse, especially from, you know, City fans and Liverpool fans who are not happy. I'm a bit like Craig. I would always want a Bernardo Silva in my team, and that's it. So maybe I play Foden a bit higher up, and I put Bernardo in midfield and no Luis Diaz maybe. And again, if you want a left back that is maybe not as attacking as Robo, then you pick someone else like Nathan Ake, for example, who's been decent this season. If you want a more attacking fullback, go with Robertson. But this is still a very, very, very good team. And I will take Pep as an assistant to Klopp as well on the bench.
Wow, damn.
I never quite understand this, which is probably why I never ever get asked.
Right.
Why does it matter?
I think it's just a talking point, something a little spice.
Got a big game at the weekend.
Yes, exactly.
Got lots to talk about.
Yeah.
My golf trip to Alabama. I mean, there's lots.
Yes, but I think this is standard, isn't it, from our
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Lazy. That's what he's gone for.
Lazy.
Luis, justify Klopp over Pep.
Well, I think that in the moment that they are right now and knowing that Jurgen Klopp is leaving at the end of the season, I couldn't just pick Pep. I love Pep. I think that he's an amazing manager, probably one of the best managers, if not the best manager in the world right now. But I had to pick Klopp. I love his attitude towards the fans, towards the players. I love the way he approached every single game with that intensity, energy that he puts on the field. And right now he's recovering what he's been doing in the past couple of 3 months with all the injuries and managing to keep the team at the top of the table. I think is something really remarkable, and that's why I wanted to have him as a first manager.
He was sat at home on the bat phone waiting to be asked to do this.
Oh, no, he wasn't up early enough. He just got out of bed, hasn't he?
Right.
Luis, let's ask you this then, as a man who has been very much championing Darwin Núñez's cause over recent weeks. Who are you picking first, him or Haaland?
But that's not fair. I've been... Come on. I think that I've been a massive supporter of Darwin Núñez since he arrived, when he was receiving so much stick. I've been one of those that I thought that he needed to adapt, he needed to find his way, and right now he's finally having that end product, scoring the goals, assisting, and being an important player for Liverpool. And Haaland has been Haaland since he arrived to Manchester City, and scoring 100 million goals every single season. Last year, this year is again, even though the numbers are not the same, but it's always a massive danger, so it's very difficult. Again, he's a very different style of player. Haaland is a centre forward, number 9, the striker as the old-fashioned style, and Darwin can play on the wide areas, can play as a number 9, so it's different style. So I'm not going to make you pick me one. I already done my 11 combined.
What a politician you are, Luis. I'll tell you what, mate. If you want to give up this and go into Parliament, you'd be splendid at it. You take a look at the record when Klopp and Pep have faced off. Is there any danger, Stevie, like we've seen in the past, of Pep overthinking things?
I don't think so. No, I don't see that happening. I think he'll do pretty much what they've been doing recently. I don't think there'll be much change to the team. I don't think he's going to throw a spanner in the works, let's say, that he's done previously in Champions Leagues and big games. I don't see that happening at all. I think he knows exactly his team. I know exactly what he's going to be about, what City are about. I don't think there's going to be any surprises whatsoever.
Let's take a look at then how ESPN Bet have the odds set for this crunch tie at the top of the Premier League table. Liverpool are 9-5, which makes them the underdogs at Anfield, taking on the defending champions. A draw, meanwhile, at 27-10. Stevie, you're on tomorrow, so we'll get your prediction then. That's exciting for us all. Craig, you're not. You've got another day off tomorrow.
How many days off does he
I don't know what's going on.
Jet lag.
Jet lag, the 1 hour difference.
Jet lag. What you don't realise, there's a time change for Alabama.
Yes.
As you well know.
Yeah, in 1 hour.
Because you suckered me into that one.
Well, I didn't really suck you into it.
So, yeah. No, I'm off tomorrow. I've got to prepare for the big one.
Right, what's the score? What's going to happen in this game?
I think the Liverpool injuries, Konate in particular, the most recent one, I think that's going to take its toll against this City side. The one glimmer for Liverpool is City have been more open this year at the back. But I think Liverpool are going to try and go toe-to-toe. I just can't see them beating this City side. With the injuries they've got, with the way City are playing now, particularly Phil Foden, I'm going to go 2-1 City.
How fit does Salah have to play for you to play him?
We're getting to the do-or-die point of the season now, aren't we, really? I mean, you know, if somebody's going to have to stop this train, somebody's going to have to stop City, possibly Arsenal as well. You know, Liverpool have got a bit of leeway to play with, but if he's, what would you say, if he's
fit, you play him.
60-70% fit, you play him.
You play him. You play him until you see he's tired.
Right.
And then you take him off. You know,
is that not then a detriment to the rest of the season if he then injures himself and that's it for the rest of the campaign?
Well, I would suggest that if I'm unsure about a player, but I've decided to play him, I'm not bringing him off the bench. I think that's the craziest idea ever.
You've said this quite a lot.
Because you're coming off an injury, a particular hamstring injury, and you're going to join a game that's going to go 100 miles an hour. So it doesn't matter how much you warm up on the side, you're still not going to be at it. And if you push yourself too early on particularly a hamstring, then you're asking for trouble. I think you start him, and then you see what you can get. If you see he's tired, you get him off. Because there's no point in keeping Salah on the bench and waiting till you're 2-0 down, and then you bring him on.
I'm trying to think, the Liverpool have, so that'll be City out the way. They've got, I think, have they still got Arsenal to come at Anfield? I don't know, but what I'm saying is, they've got, that would be Man City out the way, done and dusted.
Yeah.
So, you know, we saw them at Nottingham Forest last week. They got that sort of late Darwin Núñez winner. This is the game where you need your big guys, right? The other games coming up, possibly you're going to get away with it. You're unlikely to get away with it in this game.
Yeah, they played Liverpool twice, so Liverpool and Arsenal, that's it, they're done.
Yeah, so they're done. So you're going full boon at this.
Yeah.
And then I'll figure it out after that.
Luis, how do you see this playing out?
Yeah, I think I agree with the credit that Liverpool is going to try to play toe-to-toe to City, and there are two versions of that. Is that it works well, and in transition they can hurt very much, because right now with Luis Diaz, with Darwin, you got pace up front with Salah that I think is also going to play 100%. So you got the speed, you can use that on the space they're going to be behind the defense of Manchester City. And if you put a little team together, you are very disciplined. If you have no many mistakes, I'm very worried about Konate not being involved, because I think that him with Van Dijk can give you that extra at the back. I think that we are going to be in problems on those moments where they are so good with possession and transition. So I will go for a draw on this one and try to keep it this way and make the battle until the end. But it's going to be difficult to hold it.
Couldn't quite coax him into it.
No, I thought it was.
I thought it was coming down to a City win.
He was going to go for the City.
We might see
Went
it.
towards the City
Just
one.
couldn't quite coax him into
Can't
the
do it.
City win there.
Jules?
Can't do it.
I think Salah will start 100%, and I think they will cancel each other. Really, like in the first leg, I see a draw, and in the end, if you're Klopp, I know you are home, but you will still be ahead of City. City will play Arsenal in 2 weeks' time, as we said. I'm not sure even a draw is a bad result for Liverpool. Of course, if you can win, you go and win it. But I think it could be quite a tight game. So, I go for a 1-1 draw.
Good result for Arsenal. I imagine they would definitely take a draw in that game on Sunday. Just a reminder then, be sure to join us tomorrow. Big show. Stevie Nicol gives us his prediction as to what's going to happen in the game at Anfield.